How's life? Today we're going to talk about trauma and horror. You know the way in horror movies there are these haunted houses with the upstairs full of ghosts and the downstairs full of ghosts, and they all want something and something's going on that's really frightening, and these poor visitors are staying there and horrible things happen to them. Well, sometimes our lives are a bit like that. They're a bit like a vicious circle and there's no way out. There's no way out. And we don't know what's happening. But we do know that the same horrible things seem to happen to us all the time. Our life is spooked. Our life is full of something that we really don't understand. But it's there and it's quite frightening and we can't control it. And especially, things always repeat themselves. You find yourself in the same circumstances, at the same dead end, at the same disgusting relationship, in the same horrible place where people take advantage of you, for instance. Now, why does this happen? As in a haunted house, our mind is trying to repair itself. Trauma is when your mind snaps, when the stress is too hard, when it's too frightening, where it's too sad, and you cannot recompose yourself, you cannot repair yourself. You don't get stronger, you break. So what happens? Your mind tries to enact the same circumstances again and again and again with the hope that something will magically change and there will be a new result where the problem is resolved. I see this a lot with unhappy relationships. Some people are always trapped in unhappy relationships. And sometimes it has to do with traumatic experiences from childhood where you were abandoned or you didn't feel loved or there was an impossible situation. But strangely enough, this happens again and again and again in your adult life and you don't know what hit you. So if this is happening to you, or if you're always being picked on, you're always being victimized, or something happens to you continuously, it may have to do with something that happened to you as a child. Maybe you don't realize, but you have assumed the role of a victim, or you have assumed that people will always betray you. So you don't read the signs in time and say, oh, this is the typical betrayer, or this is the typical victimizer. You haven't got that. You haven't got that perception. So it's very important for you to go and see a therapist so that you can have a different type of relationship where you can hope for better, where you can imagine something that is going to have a completely different outcome, and where you can break that horrible spell. Okay then, see you next week. Best of luck.